Peace. Welcome to Nomadic Gems. I'm Vanel, and it is extremely bright out here, but I figure I'll greet you guys eye to eye, soul to soul, spirit to spirit. However, I have to throw my shades on. Yes, indeed. All right. In this video, we are going to talk about crystal grids. What are they? What are they used for? What's the purpose? How to set them up? The whole shebang. I'm going to make it easy. I'm not going to explain and go into depth about a crystal grid, but in this video, I will briefly run over the purpose and how to set it up. So let's get right into it.
I'm feeling high.
Right. What is a crystal grid? A crystal grid is a geometric pattern of energetic aligned stones charged with intentions. We align the stones in a certain pattern, and the intentions are set in the energetic field of those stones. A crystal grid can be placed in a safe area, so if you have kids or if you have pets, they won't be able to reach it. Typically, when a crystal grid is set up, it is good to have it set for at least 7 days. Imagine the crystal grid, look at it as a speaker or a radio station. It is a transmuter. It is just a radio station where we can, or a speaker where we can speak our intentions on the crystal grid. And depending on your intentions, you would like to use stones that are attributed to the intentions that you're setting. To sum it all up, that's pretty much what a crystal grid is. It's fairly easy. I'm going to show you guys on how to set up a crystal grid. People usually set it on a Floweroflife pattern, but you necessarily don't have to have one. You can create your own geometric shapes. Enough said about the crystal grid. Let's get into setting it up. Everything set up. There are some tools that we'll be needing. Technically, the only tool that we would need, or that you will need, is a pendulum. We will use the pendulum to activate the grid after it is all set up. 2, you want your stones, and I've already picked my particular stone that I'm going to use, which are hematite, quartz crystal. I got a quartz crystal here with tourmaline, and I have some tourmaline right here as well. And this is the raw form of hematite. And this is the polished version. Another thing that I feel that it can be useful in helping activate the stones is a tuning fork. I like to use a tuning fork to activate each stone when I lay it down. The first stone that goes onto your crystal grid will be the largest stone. And the reason why it is the largest stone has to go in the middle, because we have to remember that the grid is like a transmuter. So the biggest stone is what's going to activate all the rest of the other smaller stones around it. It's going to activate and send out that frequency and that vibration to all the rest of the stones that are surrounding it. Okay, so our intentions are set with the bigger stone. I'm going to use this quartz and tourmaline. But before I do that, I need to write down my intentions. All right, I have my intentions all set. So what we'll do with the intentions, we'll place it right here in the middle, and the center stone, which is the biggest stone, we place our intentions underneath the stone. All right. So just to get a better understanding of this, it's like, imagine if you driven around and you've seen antennas, right, at radio stations. There's always going to be a bigger antenna and then little small antennas around the bigger antenna. And the reason why is because the bigger antenna is the source that collects all the other energy or information from the other antennas, the other stones, and it takes that energy and it takes it up to where it needs to go to. All right, it takes our intentions up into the cosmos, just like how the antenna takes its information and sends it up into the satellite. Same thing, same concept, and this is how it works. And so now I will start placing the stones on the grid while I focus on my intentions. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse and we'll be right back. Voila, crystal grid is all put together, but it is not yet activated. Before I activate it, there's something that I forgot to mention to you guys, is that any stone that you have that is pointy, it is a terminated stone, meaning that the energy flows from this direction coming out of this direction, the pointy direction. This is a single side terminated stone, amethyst, okay? And this is a very small quartz, is a single terminated. And I have a double terminated stone here, okay? This is a double-sided terminated stone. So a double-sided terminated stone can be placed any direction from the center stone, any direction, doesn't matter, okay, because it's double terminated. However, a single terminated, you want the terminated side to be going outside of the grid, pointed outside, away from the bigger stone. Now I'm going to activate it with my tuning forks. If you don't have a tuning forks, that is totally fine, but there's two ways you can activate it. You can activate it with a tuning fork or a wand. So I'm going to do both, and each stone that I'm actually tapping, I can hear it vibrate even more. I should have started with the center stone and then work my way out. And I'm going to do that with each stone. Wow, you can really hear this. And it only does that for, I believe, ooh, does it for all of them. So when I place the stones on the, when I place the tuning forks on the stone, the vibration gets louder. I can feel it reverberating, if I'm even using that word correctly. All right, I'm gonna put this back on time lapse. Now, if you don't have a tuning fork, you can also use another terminated stone. Okay, my wand is also terminated as well with an amethyst point here. You can use another stone terminated, and at this point you start from the center. You start from the center, and you literally draw a line. And you want to follow the ley lines of your crystal grid. Okay. Right now I'm doing it with a terminated stone, amethyst terminated. Okay. But the reason I love using my wand is because if you have a wand, that'd be awesome. Is that with the copper amplifies the terminated stone here. And we all know that copper is a conductor for electricity. So this is what's happening here. We need the electricity to set our intentions, to electrify our intentions. That's why I love using this wand. If you're out and about and you see a wand that has copper on it, definitely cop it. So now I'm going to use my wand. What I like to do is I like to tap my wand and hold it here to bring the vibration of the tuning fork down to the wand, because it's going to amplify the vibration and the frequency down into my crystal grid. Okay. I can totally feel the vibration, and as you are activating your crystal grid, you want to definitely focus on your intentions that was set. Setting the intentions. This is a meditative process at this point when you are activating your crystal grid. Crystal grid activated. Now, because it is a vortex, we want to start spinning the vortex. And this is when we use our pendulum. I usually also use my copper wand to spin all the energy that we just collected and activated each stone. use my wand to turn that energy. If you don't have a wand, this is when you use your pendulum. It's now going to spin, and we are now spinning. We're collecting all that energy and spinning it to create that vortex. Now, after doing all the activation of the crystals, crystal grid is pretty much all set. Now at this point, there's plenty of things that you can do. Meditation every night. This would be a good place to come and focus on the intentions that you have written and go into a meditative flow. I love to practice my Reiki on a crystal grid right after activation. So usually I'll bring the chi to my hands, clap a couple times, rub the hands together, bring the blood flow to the hands, and inhale, exhale, and then just focus on the intentions with the Reiki energy. We all have this energy. It's the vital life force within us. This is how you set up a crystal grid. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Any comments, any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. Peace.